So the purpose was for them to have a job to do in the morning, to have their routine and practice and get them occupied so I can do my morning routine for that part of it. And then the purpose of our morning circle is for them to build those conversation skills and to build that sense of community. So I think I give them prompts and reminders, remember your eye contact. We're so far along in the year that I can just say their name and they know what they're doing wrong, but giving them reminders like, oh, are you being safe with your words? Are you making eye contact? Are you smiling? Things like that to help prompt them along with how they're going. So that's how I feel like I'm effective. And then I'll raise my hand and participate and kind of guide the conversation. So the way we do our circle is more the P4C style, so the Philosophy for Children style. So they get to choose if they want to share. So that's effective and they feel safe and that they don't have to share if they don't want to or they're not ready. And then I'll share and I'll model, and that's how I get across, that we're staying on topic, or that how to model, how to speak, and how to share. So again, I think it's the prompting and the modeling, me raising my hand and prompting that deeper thinking. So, I know the objective is to, be self-directed and to have those conversation skills, but one of the objectives also is to get that complex thinking and ask questions. So they pretty much have got the conversation skills. As you saw, they're really good at communicating and giving reasons and examples and even counterexamples. So they're like, oh, I have a counterexample. So that's part of the Philosophy for Children's Good Thinkers Toolkit. So those 3-4 things are what we've been working on during our circle time. So they're really good at those conversation skills. So this morning I was trying to prompt them with the thinking by saying, well, is summer bad weather? And then that prompts them to think, well, wait, I get a sunburn in the summer, but I think it's good weather or bad weather. And it gets them questioning. So that, objective of, okay, you've got the conversation skills down, now let's kind of move to that deeper level thinking and questioning. I think it took, as far as the morning routine and getting it to be that successful, it took a lot of practice. It took a lot of tries and that didn't work. It did take that, oh, Ms. Fox, I have a note. Oh, Ms. Fox, I have a parent permission form. Oh, I have a parent I want to talk to you, for me to be like, wait a minute, I can't do this. I need a system so I can be successful in the morning and they can be successful in the morning. So it took, a lot of practice, and then finally I found, okay, we need the mailbox for them to turn it in. I need something for them to do at their desks. So they're working in their green books, which is just basically handwriting skills and in the beginning it's letter recognition, and then it progressively gets a little harder throughout the book. So I needed something for them to do independently, and we practice that, and they do it every day. So I think that preparing that and the practice of, oh, that didn't work, let me try something new, or what can I do? And as teachers, we don't have a lot of time. The roll has to be in by 8:10 or 8:15, whatever time. And if you don't get it turned in, they're calling you. So it has to be time efficient. So, and also the circle, it took a lot of getting there as far as the management of it. We used to go around and each child shared. And then it was okay, we're coming on 9 o'clock, and we have reading groups to do. So then we kind of do this P4C style where they throw it and they get to choose if they want to share, which took a lot of practice. And then the ball, as far as the ball, we made the ball all together. So it signifies oh, we're a community, we made it, it's special to us. So that took time to prepare. But I think just trial and error, trying things as far as your routine and what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And you can really see their growth in their listening and speaking skills. Like they're making eye contact, they're turning and saying good morning to their friends, which is so simple and small, but that's a life skill. Like when you see someone, you say good morning to them. And as an adult, you walk around and so many people like put their head down, they're not going to say hi to you. But I think even just teaching them to say good morning is a skill in itself. So, I mean, you didn't probably see a lot of discipline or redirection of behavior. I think I always plan ahead for that. I can anticipate it. If there's any dead time or, we're not doing anything time, that's when the behaviors come up. I have really high expectations, so they know what is expected of them, and they can do it, and they do rise to the occasion. So again, it's like modeling, showing them what it looks like. We have our rules posted. We go over the rules. We do that a lot over and over. Remember, now at first it's like, okay, here's our rules, and I'll say it. Remember, eye contact and smile. Our safe circle, sit crisscross, sit safe with your body. Share the ball. I'll go over it. And now today we were at the point where it's like, what is it? So they're telling me, and I'll ask them, what is a safe circle? What do we have to remember when we're speaking? Oh, we have to remember our eye contact. So they're at the point where they can kind of internalize it and apply it, and they understand what's expected of them because they're doing it every day. So they're practicing a lot. And and I ask them, why is our circle safe? And they can tell you, because we practice. We do it every day, and because nobody says any mean things, and we talk a lot about feelings, and we all follow the rules, and so they're really like internalizing it, and hopefully as they get older, that skill just expands and grows. I think they're pretty engaged when they're sharing in that circle. They're all pretty much listening to each other. You might have seen some of them doing this sign. So this is like our secret sign. Like it means me and you are the same. So that helps them when they're listening. It shows me that they're listening. It's they're not like, I know that, I did that. They can secretly, it's a secret, show me that they're listening. So that tells me that they're engaged. They like to hear what they have to say. It is on content. We're learning, it was from the Wonders curriculum, and we're learning weather, which is our science standard. But if you ask them, like, tell me an example about your life, they want to share. And in kindergarten, getting them to share is not a challenge. I think it's getting them to listen. That's the challenge. And they're doing a really great job, and that took a lot of practice. And you heard some of them say, I was listening to my friend. So then that little sentence prompt helps me, is another tool that I've implemented, helps me know that they're listening to each other. So if they just say that, then I know they're listening to each other. And the way we kind of do that is I'll just model it. I'll just say, I was listening to my friend Joe, and he said this, this, and this. And then one kid does it, that was a good, positive reinforcement, and then they all want to do it. So it wasn't really like a lesson, like this is how you listen. It's very much like modeling and then just implementing and having them see what it looks like, and that positive reinforcement for when they do what you want them to do.
And
then when they do what you don't, when you want them to do, when you don't expect them to, that's the cool parts. Like, this wasn't our philosophy for children circle where we're doing that deep thinking, but it's very like intertwined. Like you could see them, I have a counterexample, and that's from our philosophy for children, or I was listening to my friend. So it's kind of cool that they're doing those things and applying it at a time when I'm not expecting it. I think it's relevant because we check the weather every day. And then they're thinking about their own lives. Tell me about a time when you were in bad weather, or what happened, what did you see, how did you feel? So they're sharing their own lives, and it's relevant we check the weather every day in kindergarten, so we're measuring and that it's changing. But it's also relevant in the skills that they're learning, those conversation skills, those life skills of being self-directed. And I think it's relevant because they do care about each other and they do want to listen to each other, and that sense of community is very strong in my classroom because we give them the time. You know, we take the time to say good morning. It might sound like, oh, that takes forever. How are you going to wait for 25 kids to say good morning? But it's like, it's important that they feel important and that they feel that they are part of this whole community. So, and I think that they understand that they contribute to something, makes it relevant for their life right now in kindergarten, but also for their life in the community of where they live, in their jobs and what they do. I'm always learning about the routines specifically. Right now I have a aide helping me, but I don't always have that. So I think in the future I would like to kind of see how I can do that without her, and how we can maybe get where they are right now sooner in the year, because it's very difficult for kindergarten when they come in and they come in from all different preschools and you don't know what was expected of them there, and to get them where they are now took a lot of time and a lot of practice. So I guess I'll have to do some reflecting and some planning on how to get them there faster. I mean, time is important and they do grow a lot in that short amount of time, but maybe how to better prepare them for the routines and procedures. So I'm thinking specifically of like transition. So what can our transition team do to help them be ready for the routines and procedures in kindergarten? So what can they do like in between, or like preschool to kindergarten? There's that step, that transition between preschool and kindergarten. And how can I kind of blend what I'm doing in my classroom into that pre-K to help them be successful? So I gotta figure it out.